Morning, Facebook. Morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to get on real quick in case some of you did not see the video yesterday I posted about the mindset transformation I went through from being homeless to running my own business now. In case you did not see that, I wanted to go through that briefly. But first, I wanted to take a moment because today is 9/11 and just remember all the people who sacrificed their lives and even lost their lives during that terrible moment. But at the same time, to remember that in that moment united us as a country. And it was the moment where we were able to put aside all differences and things that really didn't matter and realize what matters is all of us together as one. Because that was a deciding factor in my life that led me to joining the military so many years ago. And because of that experience, it shaped my life and changed it to what it is today. So I wanted to take a moment and thank those who are currently giving their life for the betterment of society in our country and those who have sacrificed and lost. But real quick, to go over those 5 steps, if you missed it yesterday, I'm just going to briefly go over it. The first thing that I had to do in order to change my mindset from being homeless to what I am today was realize, why was I where I was at? How did I get to where I was? Why was my mindset the way it was? What shaped it? I had to go back in time, so to speak, and as a kid realize what experiences shaped the way that I began to think, that gave me results that did not help me at all in any way. Because a lot of times we're conditioned based upon how we're raised in society or in a family or a religion to think a specific way, or to think, well, in order for me to be this, I have to think like this, or I have to do that, instead of actually come to our own self-discovery and creation. The second thing I had to realize or ask myself was, did I want to stay in this place? So when I was homeless in Vegas, I asked myself not only why was I here, but did I want to stay in the situation? Or did I want it to change? Right? Because I think we all have to ask ourselves, do you want to stay where you're at? Are you happy with the results that you're getting in your life or what you're producing because of your own consciousness or a lack thereof? Or do you want it to change? Are you happy with the results or are you not happy with the results? Okay? After you ask yourself that, or after I asked myself that, I had to ask myself this other question, and that is, what do I want? What do you really want to be? What does that look like? Not only what does that look like, what does that feel like? What does that taste like? What does that sound like? To me, I almost had to go through all the different senses of what that means, and then ask myself, why? Right? What did I want when I was homeless? Where did I want to be? What did that end result look like? But not only that, why did I want that? Well, for me, I had to figure out it's because ultimately I wanted to be happy, but I wanted to be happy by doing something that was meaningful and purpose-driven, and not just specifically because I wanted to be happy. It's too vague. You have to be more specific. I had to be more specific. I knew I wanted to run my own business when it came to personal fitness and training, and then actually coaching men to help them become more whole and complete people so they can live the lives to their full potential. That became something very specific for me, and it drove me. So going back real quick, why are you where you at? I had to figure out, did I want to stay there? Then I had to figure out, what did I really want and why? And it has to be strong. It can't be someone else's influence or opinion. It has to be your own. And that comes with a lot of searching and experimenting. And the fourth step was taking action. Now this is key to anything, because nothing's just going to happen just by having a positive mindset. That alone is bullshit. You have to combine it with experiences. Okay? Positive experiences positive mindset does open doors to new experiences, but you have to be able to go and be willing to take the leap. Because if you've got a false inner belief system that is not true, like I had where I felt like I was retarded and no good for things, you have to go through experiences that transform that. So taking action means simply this, to start. And that is, I had to, every single morning when I woke up, because I knew the very most crucial part of the day is the first hour when you wake up and when you go to sleep. And that's the area where you can actually micromanage and control what goes into your mind. So I knew if I could own the first hour of my day, I can own the day. Right? If I can own the day, then I can own my life. Because then you have a routine that's repetitive that you can keep doing that transforms everything. So in the morning, the very first thing I do when I wake up was, get right into push-ups to wake my mind up, because you know you're tired when you wake up, you're groggy, you don't want to do a damn thing. And then immediately after, get into a state where I can go into a meditative state, and then go into my self-affirmations. Things that maybe had not happened yet, but I wanted to come into fruition. So I had to simply start saying to myself, hey, you know, I, Ray, am good enough. I, Ray, am successful. I, Ray, intend on having a great day today. Things that will start building myself up, because sometimes the only good things you're going to hear about yourself are the things that you say to you. So you need to make sure those words in which you're repeating on in your mind and within your heart are positive and uplifting and meaningful. Because if not, your day is going to go in the direction of what you start to think first thing when you wake up. So that's the first steps in the action. Now the second part of that, which you need to combine, and it's probably step 5, is experiences. And how I started gaining experiences from being in that state where I was living is I wanted to associate myself with people that knew more than I did, that were more experienced than I was. And I had to find ways in order to connect with them. And a lot of that was through books to begin with, because I didn't have the resources yet or the know-how how to find an actual mentor. So books became something I surrounded my brain with. Podcasts became something I started constantly flooding my brain with. Otherwise, it was going to end up, it being nothing but negative and around people that brought me down. So books, podcasts, and eventually that led to people who knew more than I did. I was able to muster enough courage to go and approach them to try and see what I could do to offer to help them to receive something I needed in return, so we could both grow together and get a win-win. That's what started creating new experiences. So the number one thing, why are you where you're at? Second, do you want to stay there? Third, what is it you really want and why? And then you have to start taking action. The constant self-affirmations, filling your mind and surrounding yourself with positive things, which keeps you in a state of constant growth and a positive outlook, right? And then the last thing to maintain it and go above is surround yourself with positive things, people, mentors, books, podcasts, so that way you can keep getting new experiences that cause you to grow. That's what I had to go through, and it made a huge difference for my life. Caused to lead me from being where I was completely broken, miserable in the streets, to running my own business now and transforming lives, because I'm transforming my own. So those are my 5 steps. And I know it's kind of brief, but I know it's been extremely helpful for me, and I hope this is helpful for you guys. So if this is, please like this video, comment below, and if you feel so inclined, share it with someone who this could be helpful for. If it was helpful for you, share it with someone that could be helpful for them as well. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and take time to remember, since it is 9/11, those who gave their life and who lost their lives so many years ago and are continuing to fight for our freedoms today. All right? I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.